in the Duke Rufus Custom.
You already see that dip in Mitch McKee's style, fate, reminding Sergio that the level changes there at any moment, and he's very, very fast when he decides to go. You see Sergio with that slightly lower stance, takes a bite out of the calf kick early. It's all about finding that range, finding that timing and that distance for Sergio without getting overextended. Here's the level change.
Last double there. Successful takedown early here for Mitch McKee. Pettis has had success off his back. 4 submission victories to his credit. A cross-body side control here for Mitch McKee early.
Sergio turns to his knees, he's starting to build up here.
Using his leg as a stop sign.
Yeah, this is where Mitch McKee is so strong though, that leg right position. He has dominated people in folk style wrestling in this position. Of course Sergio's got submission attempts and he can throw in, he's got all kinds of threats with his elbows and stuff, but if he can't keep Mitch McKee out of top position with this oppressive style that he's got, it's going to be an exhausting night for him. Beautiful work, scrambling by McKee to stay behind Pettis.
Those All-American credentials putting themselves on display here. Former Minnesota Golden Gopher. The like his fellow PFL fighter Logan Storley went from Minnesota down to South Florida. Trains at Tilcliffe.
He's got great control on that near side leg, but Sergio's able to get it free. Trying to get himself to the fence. Mitch McKee with a single hook in. Sergio's got to be cautious he doesn't give the other hook, because then he's really dealing with some good control.
Back around to work, Mitch McKee on the back here of Sergio Pettis.
Sergio in a really tough position. See, he's kind of stuck against the fence as well, because he really needs his hips and everything open towards the center of the cage. He needs to get all the way over and Mitch McKee banking on the face. Sergio trying to bide his time here, trying to fight those hands, keeping control of one wrist as Mitch McKee wraps the underside of his leg.
Cradle position here for McKee.
Again, tremendously difficult for Sergio to make any kind of moves from this position with the cradle, with the hands bound together. But then Mitch has got to let go if he wants to start striking. You hear the crowd getting restless already. There's a strike attempt. Both hooks go in. Sergio tries to turn to his side. Now he's flattened down. And a strong hits on Mitch McKee.
90 seconds left in round 1. Over some important right hand. Let's go.
Sergio trying to get his hips free, but you can see how strong that control is. Sliding his hips down into the lower back of Sergio Pettis. Hooks inside.
Hooks inside and then the legs laced underneath the legs and body of Sergio Pettis. So he can't even gain leverage by making contact with the mat. McKee getting a little high in the ride here.
Again, flattened out. Incredibly heavy. Sergio's going to try to get on his side. Goes up to his knees. He's going to try and free one of those hooks, otherwise he gets flattened down again. Mitch McKee threatening with an arm triangle potentially here. So good at just controlling with his lower body.
Taking the shots here. Forcing that top hand of Sergio Pettis. To only address the defense.
10 seconds.
Face crank again here from Mitch McKee. Final few seconds of round 1 and take a listen to the corner.
Dive!
Round one against Magomedov, he got wrestled in control. He made the adjustments in round two. The pressure coming in. Landed a spinning elbow. There's a large contusion behind the ear of Sergio Pettis, the right ear, some big swelling on the side of his head. As we get started with the second round.
That's a bad swelling. The referee's going to have to keep an eye on that, because if McKee finds himself in a position where he's got back control, he needs to make sure he's catching the ears, otherwise the strikes could potentially veer into an illegal zone. And that swelling's already in a particularly bad position.
You heard the corner work from the Killcliff team. They like McKee's position, but they don't want him to be so conservative when he gets to this top spot. Takedown successful again. Less than a minute into round two.
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation between Mickey and Herbert Burns. He was saying, look, you've got control. You don't need to keep as much control. I actually think he wants to allow Sergio to move a little more so he can stay on top and keep. This is an interesting situation, though. You can see Sergio's trying to stop an arm, trying to control the posture of Mitch McKee's head as well. Thinking about a triangle, but Mitch McKee's driving forward. Look out. Oh, interesting.
Triangle wrap, successful with the legs.
Interesting setup. Mitch McKee's going to try and pressure around it and get to side control, but Sergio's done an excellent job of at least getting it this far.
McKee muscles through it. Did not let the instep get behind the knee for Sergio Pettis. 2 minutes into round number two. Kennedy Smith is in the Pettis corner with big brother Anthony.
Anthony, what's Sergio got to do here?
Sergio has to keep him off him. He's only going to try to take him down and try to control his out control. Once he can get the space and control the range, he can get dangerous again. This guy's just staying on him. He's trying to wrestle him. He's doing a good job right now, but it's part of the game of MMA.
What do you like from Sergio?
I mean, he's got to be more urgent. We're only two and a half round, second round, so he has to get more urgent. He has to get off his back, and he has to do some damage.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.
Jump.
Thank you, Kennedy and Showtime. Once again, a triangle attempt here.
Nice.
This one more dangerous here for Sergio Pettis. Let's go with a firm grip.
You've got to look the way that he's setting that up. The challenge here, though, this is an opposite side triangle. Really, he needs to switch his feet the opposite way. He's not going to have enough pressure on the neck to get the submission here. But if he's able to switch his legs up the opposite way around, there's the switch. Now he's going to stay on that shin. He's going to pull the shin down, and he's going to try and get the right arm of McKee across the center line, ideally.
You can see him changing the angle. He scoops under that leg. McKee got wise to it.
This is looking strong, Sean. He needs to angle. He needs to bring himself around this direction, get his hips out to the side. Now he's hooked the leg. That could be even more dangerous for McKee.
McKee's sitting back, trying to get himself out of this position. But Sergio Pettis has that mechanical grip with the legs. It's not so much of a squeeze, it's just the pressure from McKee going backwards and up only makes the grip tighter because it forces the foot up into the back of the knee.
The danger as well, Sean, of course, is if Sergio doesn't get this, which now he clearly hasn't, his legs are going to be burning from holding that triangle position. How tired is Mitch McKee from trying to survive that? Is the wrestling grind going to show through here for McKee? Sergio's legs are going to be tired.
Saw those elbows coming down onto the side of Sergio Pettis' head where that swelling is. Under a minute now in round two. McKee smothering with this pressure. And you can see Sergio Pettis taking some big breaths here in the referee's position, turtled up.
Big elbows to the latissimus dorsi. Mitch McKee drags him back. He's got one hook in. Sergio again in a dangerous position, defending the ring and choke. Now, how do you score this round with that triangle attempt?
Sergio can mount any kind of offense to finish
John
the round.
fucking...
He might be able to steal it, but he once again finds himself defending, and nothing else.
Time! Third and final rounds before Coach Such a score
In the red
for
corner,
time.
Mitch McKee in the blue.
Mitch McKee 3 for 3 on takedowns as well. Very, very little resistance. Aside from the submission attempts. Interesting from the Pettis corner, they said to throw the up punch and then put the knee behind it. And they said you've been thinking about it all day. It's quite clearly something that Sergio has in his back pocket and he's waiting to try and land on McKee as he level changes. Sergio looking slow on here. Heavy arms from all that wrestling.
He didn't land that left hand.
Even McKee's looking a little slow here as well, though. That was a very laboured kick. But I wonder if he's got one more big takedown in him and he can secure this top position. Nice uppercut there from McKee.
Big slap down from Sergio Pettis. How damaging will it be? Not able to grab on. Mitch McKee used that for a takedown. Good body shot there from Sergio.
Very nice body shot. You can follow that up with a head kick. You might be able to land it as Mitch McKee's stuck into the side. There's the level change. He gets in on the legs. Sergio's up against the fence. He's trying to push the hands down of McKee. But McKee's going to get this fight to the floor. Let's see that neck tangled up. Can Sergio use it to scramble them? He can't. Very good work, elevating the legs.
Big miscalculation there from Sergio, who tried to wrap the neck and maybe try to choke. Instead of fighting with all he had to stay on his feet. Now he's crammed up against the cage. Far side wrist ride for Mitch McKee. Sergio Pettis flattened out underneath a former All-American wrestler.
He goes in, leg right begins, the pressure hits the lower back. Sergio's going to try and turn through, try and snag a half guard position and try and start to wrestle up or at least recover his full guard so he can threat with that triangle again. From this position, Mitch McKee is going to run away with the scorecard.
Halfway gone here at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. And if you watch any of Mitch McKee's college wrestling career, it was a lot of this. Not with the punches, obviously, but heavy on the hips, compromising the legs of his opponents. No space.
Look at that pressure into the lower back. He's so good controlling the lower body with his legs. Sergio is stuck here, hips elevated. Going to try and turn him into his opponent. Mitch McKee fucking Sergio's scramble here. Great work by McKee. You've got to think how many hours on the wrestling mat, in the wrestling room, he's suffered in these positions. He claps onto those hips. I bet Sergio's wishing he had another 2 rounds at the end of this fight. Stuck in this position, 90 seconds left. Keep threatening with that really good choke. Sergio's managed to clear it. Still stuck in this position though. Sergio just unable to move Mitch McKee.
Less than a minute now in our main event. Mitch McKee looking to remain undefeated with what would be by far the biggest win of his career as he flattens out Sergio Pettis one more time.
Sergio looks stuck in this position. I feel like if Mitch McKee opened up with some big strikes, he might be able to get a stoppage here. I just don't know if he's got the energy. Sergio stuck in this position. Mitch McKee not able to bring him back to any kind of real power offensive.
seconds.
Heading to the biggest win of his career.
McKee riding the back of Sergio Pettis with the hip pressure.
Such a sport time.
Score the fight.
And the voice of our smart cage, Greg Hamilton, one more time.
One final time tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we turn to the judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges scored the fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Merciless!
Yes!